Good morning. Day 118. Yeah, and as expected, had a big crowd last night. A bunch of them like sitting right outside my tent talking all night. Well, till 9, and they went to bed. Some people try and stay quiet, while people are trying to sleep. Others just have no regard. So these guys were on the ladder. Chilly night last night. Got down to 44, so I don't know if that's this location or it's because the days are getting shorter. Even this morning, hitting the trail, it's chilly, but that's all right. Got an uphill climb in the morning, so it'll be good. I'll heat up fast. I'm gonna do probably, 23-ish. I think that's where this group's going, so I might try and go a little bit farther, come up short. We'll see. Other than that, that's about it. The plan's to not lay up, but get close to Crater Lake and go in there tomorrow. Arrange a ride somehow and pick up a resupply. Hopefully it's there because they got some postal problems up there. And then I think everything will be good once we get around to Shelter Cove with the resupply. So we'll see you down the trail. Okay, back on the trail now. The lake and the camp spot is about a third of a mile off trail. So back on the trail, heading north. We'll get water in about 4 miles. Next water source after that's a ways away, so we'll fill up then. Man, it's chilly. My fingers are a little cold. Not used to, it's been a while since we had a real cold morning. So we'll see. This is a sign of things to come. Some people are getting lighter sleeping bags and send their puffies home. Glad I didn't, because at least last night was a chilly night. This morning's real chilly. So see how long this lasts. I kind of like the cold weather. It's good for hiking. We're doing blowdowns again. Here's a big blowdown, but the path around it, you got a little one, a couple medium ones on top of one another, and walk around the main one. And you got some little things to step over. So for the most part, the path is real nice, but do have a lot of blowdowns. I have to guess I've probably done 50 of them this morning for the last 3 hours. So it just slows you down. But I guess it's part of the trail. Okay, so it's about 11 o'clock. It's the first time that I actually be able to see anything close to a panorama. So it's actually a decent one. You can see smoke's not too bad. There's still some in the air, but it's much better than the last 2 days. So not wearing a mask. Just working my way through the woods. The last section was really tough with all these blowdowns. I mean, it's really worn me out. I mean, I've probably gone at least 100, maybe 150 blowdowns, and some were pretty big. I mean, think, kitchen chair, kitchen table height. You gotta climb up and then jump down on the uneven trail from there. So I've probably had maybe a dozen of those. Every one of those just takes energy out of you and has a potential for, twisting an ankle or a knee or something like that. So you gotta be careful. It just slows you down, wears you out. Still making my way down the trail. Well, we'll talk to you later. Okay, nice little afternoon panorama. But the sky is kind of blue, but looking over to the mountain range, it's still a little hazy over there. So, still hiking in the smoke, but it's much better than the last 2 days. So, hopefully that's a good trend. Going through another burn area, which I don't mind. It's a change of scenery. Luckily, the weather's, kind of cool. There's a little bit of a breeze because there's no shade in these burn zones. You can see it's just dead tree stumps. So nothing to give shade. So as long as the breeze continues, luckily it's a downhill stretch, so not heating up. Maybe we'll get some shade when it trail turns back uphill. We'll see. Okay, this is just turning into an obstacle course. Down there, I went around one blowdown, but going around I had to cross over 5 smaller blowdowns to get around. Here's 2 more. Here's another one. Trail goes up there, and there's like, I don't know, 1, 2, probably a dozen. So obviously you're not going through there. This is just a mess right here. This isn't a burn zone either. These are just, I don't know, some got a bug or something, got in all these trees and they're just falling over. So I'll go this way, but see, there's one. It's kind of a half, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. 6. A couple more halves. 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11. I don't even know where the heck the trail is anymore. Could be up there, could be over here. I think it's over here. Blowdown is just crazy. And yeah, take these alternate paths around, but they're not so easy either. Then you lose the trail. So this is a little bit less than fun. All right, I gotta get my GPS out and figure out where the trail is. We'll see you later. Hey, 1,800 miles since the Mexican border. Miles just start flying by now. And you hit another 100 miles every 4 or 5 days. So it's crazy. We'll just keep knocking them out. Got 850 miles left to Canada. All right, see you down the trail. We could get water at this creek, but check out all these little frogs. There's hundreds of them. Probably thousands now, everywhere you step. There's all these little frogs jumping around. I don't know how I'm going to get water without frogs in there, but we'll figure it out. I like this sign. To the left, 1,800 miles, tacos and tequila. To the right, 850 miles, maple syrup and bourbon. Take your pick. End of day 118. It's a little after 6. I'm wearing my puffy, not because it's cold, but just the mosquitoes are pretty bad in this area, so they can't get through the puffy. This is just my little mosquito protection. Yeah, today I had a lot of blowdowns. And there was a section in the middle where there was just really rough. Took a lot out of you, and they're, some are big. Most had paths around, but a lot of them, you take the path around, you're still going over 3 to 4 or 5 blowdowns, smaller ones on the path. So you just can't get away from them. And some of the bigger ones, you're climbing over. There were at least a dozen that were like, probably close to like kitchen table height or higher. They had to climb up and then jump down. That's tough on on the legs and the knees. And you're jumping down to uneven ground. There's usually branches or bark or rocks on there. So you're just, trying to find a place that's going to hold. So anyway, that's a little bit less than fun. Somehow the PCTA would do a little bit better job in identifying these bad stretches and arranging or coordinating with the various services for trail maintenance. I know, this trail goes through a lot of different jurisdictions between national parks and, probably 20, 25 different national forests and BLM land and private land and state parks and whatnot. But there's some sections that are just really bad, and you just have you can tell they haven't been touched in at least a decade, some of them a couple decades. So you'd think it wouldn't be tough. I mean, there's two ways that they could do it. One, you just coordinate with Far Out, encourage Far Out to be able to let hikers just mark where blowdowns are, and then you'd have all the data. People are leaving all kinds of comments anyway, so that's one way you could do it. The other is just get a couple hikers, and you can give them a stipend, or you can give them a prime lottery pick for their permit, give them their choice of days. You could help them out some way and get 2 or 3 hikers, 1 or 2 northbound, 1 or 2 southbound, and just have them map where they are. They're hiking the trail, and just how many blowdowns are in every 5-mile section or 10-mile section, and then you know where the bad sections are. It's not tough, and you can coordinate some trail crews to attack the top 3 to 5 sections, 5-mile sections each year, and you take care of it. I don't know. I just I was thinking about this today, because just I've seen, I think, 4 or 5 trail crews out there, various different types. I'm not sure. I know 1 or 2 of them were like AmeriCorps, Youth Corps, something like that. Others, I'm not sure. And that's just, where I happen to be hiking on a particular day. I know there's a lot more out there. But each of the 4 or 5 that I saw, they were actually in pretty good territory. So it was almost like window dressing. They were improving the trail, but, they're improving an already good trail. Every time, everyone I walk by, it's like, half the people are working, half the people are just kind of milling about. So I'm not sure if they're doing it just to get high school credit or something, or make it look good on a college application or something. But it didn't look like they were really focused on doing some hard work. But some of these real bad sections, I mean, if you got a small crew with 1 or 2 chainsaws, a pry bar, some tools to improve the trail, you could make a significant difference in just a few days. I mean, I was talking to was a guy, Mike, I think, in Sead Valley, and he goes out there and he does trail maintenance. He said, earlier this year he went through one section and he made 128 cuts with his chainsaw in one day. So that's probably 50 blowdowns he cleared in one day in one section. So that's it was him, I think, 2 other people. So you get a couple of focus crews, and you can get them in the right spot once you identify where the spots are, and you can make a significant difference. The trail crews I saw, they were like pruning back some bushes on the edge of the trail that was already cleared. It's like, okay, that's nice, but I don't know if you're really making a significant impact. Anyway, that's my preaching for the day. Besides that, the day was all right. The weather was cool. There was mixed shade and exposed, but never really got super hot. So that's good. The smoke was better. It was still visible, but it was a lot better than the last 2 days. So that's good. I think I did about 23 miles. So I'm about 17 miles from Crater Lake. So we'll hit that tomorrow. I'm down, at the base of a hill, right where I want to be. So right now I'm the only one here, but I'm sure it'll fill up over the next couple hours. So got my earplugs ready. if it's anything like last night, because there's a lot of good sites right here. We'll see you tomorrow.